Welcome to the very first episode of a brand new series called Don't Believe the Hype. If you're new here, my name is Jyoty, and yes, this shit will only be exclusive to YouTube now. So before we do anything, hit the like, leave a comment. I don't care about what, you don't even know what we're talking about. If you're new here, you also will not know that this is the spin-off of Jyoty's Tips and Tricks. If you missed any of those episodes and you are looking to be a DJ, a presenter, a broadcaster, anything like that, I did 10 episodes on very practical tips that hopefully will help you move forward in your career or in your hobby, your dreams, no matter how far you want to take it. This time around though, we're going to do 10 episodes of me bursting some bubbles, busting some myths, and sprinkling a little bit of shade here and there because it wouldn't be a Jyoty show if I wasn't being a little bit petty. Today is all about producers versus DJs. I get asked this a lot, so I thought, why not discuss it? Instagram verification and the truth about it. Yeah, some of you people with the blue tick, you're gonna be mad I'm gonna talk about this, but we're gonna talk about this. And then finally, we're gonna talk about support your local talent. So let's start with the beginning, producers versus DJs. People ask me a lot, especially lately, do I need to be a producer to be a good DJ? Simple answer is no. A lot of your favorite iconic DJs that have made it very big didn't make their own music and actually have never made their own music. It's also funny that people ask me because I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a good DJ, but I am a person that makes a living through DJing, and I've never picked up an instrument or I've ever downloaded production software in my life. A really good example, and don't get mad at me, don't get mad, okay? Look, Kaytranada, stop. I love Kaytranada, I do, I really, really, really do. But if you've been following him for a long time, you will know that a couple of years ago, he would go and do DJ sets, playing his own productions, and to be honest, the DJ sets themselves weren't that good. Don't come for me, I already know I'm not even that good at DJing myself. I've literally learned how to mix in bloody lockdown, but that's a different story. What I'm trying to tell you is he was a very successful producer, really making a name for himself with his own recognizable sound. But he was also a very well-paid DJ, but the DJ sets themselves weren't what you would consider a good DJ set. But you loved him because of what he did, what he stood for, and everything else around it. And then over the years, because of practice, because of playing out, and because of learning on the spot, on the job, I guess, he also then became a good DJ. I don't know how to make music, but I can tell you that in lockdown, I've definitely become a way better DJ. So don't let that put you off. You do not need to learn how to make music in order to be a good DJ. There's many other factors that I think go way beyond that. And my personal good examples are Karista and Josie Rebel. They've never attempted to make music. Karista decided to actually run a label where she puts on other producers, and Josie is just an excellent, excellent DJ who knows how to take other people's music and order it and kind of alter it in a way where it almost sounds like she made a 60, 90, or 120-minute track of her own. And that is what I think makes a good DJ. Second subject of today's episode, Instagram verification. The little blue tick that just makes people feel so many things. Let me burst that bubble for you real quick. If you are an artist, a creative, a journalist, whatever, who has done a lot of work in the public eye, you've been acknowledged for your work, you can Google yourself, there's press, there's things, you can be quote unquote verified to be who you are. The process behind this is a bit of a funny one. Apparently, the US team amongst the big old company under Facebook is the only one that actually gives out the badges. And there's actually ways of cheating the system. You've probably seen a couple of people with blue ticks that make you think, how did you get one? There is a way of requesting people's verification through Facebook media and a lot of labels, publishing, or like bigger music companies that have contacts at Facebook, at Instagram, can basically request you one. Before I had huge growth in the last 12 months on Instagram, I tried getting verified once or twice because I saw a lot of my peers had blue ticks. I got shut down those both times, And I thought, you know what, maybe because if you put in my name in Google, there's not enough searches or finds that come up. Then after the whole viral thing, all the press moments, all the brand collaborations, all the whatever that is in your face, that is me after also getting verified on TikTok, on SoundCloud and other places, I thought, let me try it again. Because now it makes sense why I would get that blue tick. Still didn't happen. I gave up on it. It's okay. It doesn't make or break me. Like I've explained in tips and tricks, it's not that relevant to my work and even more important, to my income. What I did find out, however, some of my friends who are musicians, once they started having conversations with labels and publishing companies, that they were offered to get verified, to the point where they were also offered to get their friend Jyoty verified as well. And then I started doing some more digging. I noticed that artist managers, who themselves, you would never know who they are or what they do, were getting themselves verified in the process of getting their artists verified. Now, I could throw a lot of shade, but this here isn't to discredit people with blue ticks at all. I'm only saying this to make you feel you don't have to worry if you don't get your blue tick. It isn't a representation of your work and of the credibility of your work. And I bet you any money that after this episode goes out, I all of a sudden get a blue tick. You know exactly why it is. Let's move on. Final segment of episode 1, okay? We're gonna talk about something that I recently posted on my Instagram, a big old rant. You know me, I love a good rant. Talking about support your local talent. Now, if you wanna get my full opinion on that, go look at my IGTV videos. It's somewhere up there, it's one of the last ones I posted. But here's the tea, and I'm gonna use myself as an example, okay? I had been DJing, doing radio for years, doing my thing, very blessed, very successful, getting booked everywhere. Then and I'm gonna keep coming back to this viral moment just because that made such a good transition and clear-cut example for me of how this industry works, and I'm gonna use it for your advantage. When I went viral, lots of lovely people from all around the world were messaging me saying, yo, I need you in NYC, I need you in Cape Town, I need you in Paris, I need you in people were messaging me saying, we need you in London. Hold on a minute. I've already played in your city 4, 5, 6, 7 more times. And the reason why I played there is because there's sick DJs in your city who do what I do, but do it better and have been doing it for longer. And they're the ones who had given me opportunities to kind of expand our group of interest, these DJs who play the same sounds, like the same artists. How come you have never noticed them? How come you haven't seen their names on radio shows, on bills, on flyers that I've managed to catch in London, but you didn't? In your own city. And now what's happening to me, for example, is, and I'm a bit of an odd example because I haven't even been doing this for that long, so I don't even think when it comes to you should have paid attention before, I'm the right example because I'm so new to this. But for so many of my peers, once they kind of find success abroad and start developing their skills, start playing bigger shows, start asking for more money, which only makes sense. The bigger you get, don't forget, the more money you need to spend as well. So don't always look at this as a greed thing, okay? You develop your craft, you expand your team, more bills need to get paid. Once that happens and bookers, promoters, press, presenters in your hometown start catching on to you, what often happens, and I've heard this from so many artists who have come on my radio show, when you then present them with your requirements, your needs, and your expectations, these people often get told, oh, you're too big for us now? Are you too good for us? Or like, that's way too much money. You've never played a show here before. And that is really horrible because all those years you could have booked them for the fee that you are now offering them 4, 5, 10 years later, and you didn't. You can't knock them for that. And they don't think they're too good. They don't think they're better than anybody else, but you have been sleeping. And this is why, even with my radio show, so many times I've had amazing artists on my show, and I always say, you know, they still have like 1,000 followers, a couple of thousand streams on Spotify. I always say, don't sleep and support your local talent because they're the ones that make your city so sick. And then what do you see? People don't want to follow them on social media, don't want to stream their songs. Year down the line, they get a big feature with someone that you adore and idolize, and now you want to say that they're too big or their ego is too big. It's time to take responsibility and look at what we're, as an industry, as consumers, Aisha, what we're doing wrong as consumers. Aisha is yawning, which can only mean one thing. It's the end of episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. More than anything, I know I'm throwing shade, but I'm talking a lot of sense. Do you not think? I'm talking a lot of sense. And you're gonna have to now definitely like and comment if you didn't do it before. And share it with your friends. Share it with people who've been getting disheartened about these little things. They think that they shouldn't DJ because they don't produce. They're not a real DJ or a real artist because they can't get verified. Or that they're not good enough because their own city isn't trying to book them. Show it to your friends, okay? And come back for episode 2. Also, don't ask me about where to buy this. These people ain't paying me, so I'm just trying to look cute. Bye.